Hi students, today we will talk about conditional sentences. That is to say, something like, if you eat healthy, you feel good. Si comes saludablemente, te sientes bien. If you don't eat healthy, you will get fat. Si no comes saludablemente, pues vas a engordar. If you studied more, you would get better grades. Si estudiaras más, pues sacarías mejores notas. Now, as you can see, these sentences follow this structure. There's always a condition. These are the conditions. If, si, and then a possible result. You feel good. If you eat healthy, you feel good. If you don't eat healthy, you will get fat. And if you studied more, you would get better grades. So there are different types of conditionals, and in this video we will see zero and first conditionals only. So here we go. Zero conditional. Si tocas el fuego, te quemas. If you touch the fire, you get burned. So this is the structure you have to follow for zero conditional sentences. You have here the condition and the verb is in the present simple. Si tocas, if you touch. And the result, it is exactly the same with the present simple too. Te quemas, you get burned. Now, when are we going to use zero conditional sentences? Well, to talk about general truths and scientific facts. There's no room for mistake. If you touch fire, you get burned for sure. Okay? First conditional. Now we're dealing with sentences like this one. Si trabajas más, aprobarás. If you work harder, you will pass. And this is the main structure for these first conditional sentences. The first part, the condition, it is in the present simple. Trabajas, tú trabajas. If you work harder, you will pass. And the second part, the result, it is with will plus the verb. You will pass. Now, the use of this first conditional is to talk about possible or likely situations now, generally, or in the future. Okay, so the likely situation, the possible situation, if you work harder, is that you will pass. Or not for sure, but most likely to happen. Now, there's several options for first conditional sentences using modals. Si trabajas más, puedes aprobar. So if you work harder, you can pass. And this is the main structure. Now, the condition is in the present simple, as before, si tú trabajas. And the second part, the result, could be with these modal verbs. Can, could, should, may, or might, and then the verb. So, depending on your intention or what you want to say, you're going to use one or another. Can, tú puedes, podrías, deberías, may, might, a lo mejor, quizá. We're going to use these first conditional sentences using modals exactly the same as before, but with slight different meaning, using different modals. We've got the chance to use first conditional with imperative. Si quieres aprobar, estudia. If you want to pass, study. And this is the main structure. This is the condition, and we're doing it with the present simple. And the second part, the result, it is going to be with an order, with imperative. We will use first conditional sentences using imperative to give orders or advices under this condition, okay? So, if you want to pass, study. Sometimes the condition comes after the word unless instead of if. A menos que trabajes más, no aprobarás. Unless you work harder, you won't pass. And the structure and the options are exactly the same as if we were using if, exactly the same. So, unless, and then the condition and the verb comes with the present simple. And the second part, the result, comes with the different options that I have told you before. Modals, imperative, etc. So, except if is the meaning of unless. A menos que, and it is exactly the same as if you said if not. Si no trabajas más, no aprobarás. Okay? So, unless, a menos que, si no, alright? As long as, that's another option for conditionals. Mientras que te estés callado, te puedes quedar. As long as you are quiet, you may stay. You can stay. So it happens exactly the same as before. All the different options are exactly the same if we say as long as. So we have here the present simple for the condition, and the second part, the result, has exactly the same options as before. So if the following situation is true or happens, this is what as long as means, mientras que esto ocurra, mientras que tú te estés callado, there is a result, okay? And instead of saying if, you can say mientras que te estés callado. Time clauses. Well, they're not really conditional sentences, but they work the same. We've got two different parts, tan pronto como llegué a casa, and there is a result too, me voy a la cama. So as soon as I get home, I go to bed. These are some of the words you can use with time clauses: when, as soon as, once, before, after, until, till, or while. Then we've got the condition, exactly the same, following the same structure with the present simple, and the second part of it, the result, has exactly the same options as before. So the many different options for you to use depending on the context or what you want to say. Now I think you're ready to do some exercises.